Forge of Empires is a browser-based free-to-play Flash game that we released in April last year, and it has 10 million registered users so far. It's basically a city builder where you also have a single-player campaign. You can interact with your friends and neighbors, visit their city, also attack them if you like to, but you're never in danger of losing all of your progress. So it's very user-friendly, and like the city building aspect, the aspect of going through the ages. You start at a Stone Age with a Stone Age village. This is really like the focus, and then you can just proceed through the ages, through the Middle Ages and more modern eras until at some point, the very distant future. We haven't implemented that age yet, but at some point it will come. So what
the game takes you through time, like
exactly. You start with a small Stone Age village, and then you just go on and on. We have a lot like real world ages, as you see here. I'm in the late Middle Ages, and some of my buildings reflect that. Some of them are older. I can just keep them. This is from the Iron Age, so like a Roman bath or the Colosseum. So like my city grows very naturally over time. So and what we want to introduce in Q4 of this year is the browser, the iPad and iPhone version, so the iOS app of Forge of Empires. You can see here that this is basically the same city, so it's one account, single sign-on, so a true cross-platform experience. I can decide to just download the app via the iOS App Store and just play on the iPad. I can have a used account that I registered on the browser version. I can just start playing on the iPad or on iOS devices like iPhones, or I can just interchange. I don't know, work just play at work on my work computer, and then when I'm on the train or something, I just continue on my iPad.
Instant from iPad to
yeah, it should be. It should be. I just those two were recently built. At least one of them is there. The next should be there very quickly. So it's not entirely instant because this is like an alpha build what we show here, but that's like the goal that we have for Q4. And yeah, the Android version will then follow later this year. We also have Grapplist. This is a 4-year-old, very hardcore PvP strategy game which has been hugely successful. 20 million registered users, more than 22 languages. And the appeal of the game is that you grow stronger and stronger and become master of more and more cities, which are very elaborate, where you have like temples and academies and caserns to just barracks to create your units and fight wars against other players, but you can always lose everything you have. Another player might be stronger than you, can then just take you over, take all of your stuff, which we will release an iOS and a Android version at the same time later this year in July, and you will also have seamless cross-platform play there. You can just play the same account with a single sign-on your iOS device, on your Android device. You can play with players that play either iOS, Android, or PC, so it goes all ways.
So this one's very hardcore PvP.
Yeah, exactly. It's unforgiving. So that's why players actually demanded for some time that we do a proper iOS and Android app, because
you can't be in your computer all the time.
Exactly. And when you're on the train, you can also just add like push notifications, and then the game automatically tells you when you're being attacked by somebody and can instantly react. You can just open the app on your phone. Just send some units to counter attack or something. So you're always like on top of everything. And the same game we actually announced that last year on last year's E3, and now it's out of closed beta and can be played by everyone. Is Katuga, which is our first 3D Unity game. Let's see if I can do the full screen here. So this is like something entirely different for us because it's a live action 3D game. You have a class-based system where you can choose one of 3 classes. Your character levels up. You can see this is like a proper MMO character screen. You gain experience, you gain new loot, you fight AI in quests in like a persistent PvE overworld. but the core of the game is hardcore PvP. So you see here that I'm in a 4 versus 4 PvP match. I'm fighting a team of other players playing somewhere in the world, and my goal is to get control of those like 5 control points in the game. You see them here on the map, and to be the first that gets their ticker up to 2,500 points, and then I win the game, win some experience and loot. So it's team-based.
The more things you're holding on or capturing, the higher the points go up. Is that how those points work? The more points you capture?
Exactly. The faster the ticker goes up. You see here that my team, the yellow team, now has 3 points, and then of course our ticker goes up a little faster than the red one. So you fight other players, you try to sink them, deny them control over your points. Oh, I think I might be dying right now. There are too many of them.
And this is like an instanced match?
Exactly. So the overworld is also separated in several instanced areas where you can have like up to 100 players on one map. But the matches are always instant 4 versus 4. We have 2 PvP modes so far. This is Domination, where you have to get control of the points, and another PvP mode is Destruction, where you have to gain control of a bomb and then placing it at the other team's sensitive zones like harbors and stuff like that, so strategical points.
So if you win this match, when you go back to the real world, what have you gained?
Exactly. I have gained experience, so my character has like a set level. It's 13 right now, and that is like a huge part of the matchmaking. I will be matched with people like close to my level, so I will have gained experience, and I think that's not yet implemented, but I will also gain like loot afterwards, like cannons. You can see here that I have like item slots like in other MMOs, but since I'm not a person, I don't have like swords and shields and whatever, but I have like cannons and cannonballs and crew members, which are improving certain aspects of my ship. I have several ship skins that also like behave differently. This is like a lighter one than the one I just wore, so my movement is improved, my speed is a little better than before, but I might not be able to get so many hits. Yeah.
How long does a typical match last, like a typical 4v4?
I'd say around 15 minutes. Normally not more than that. Could also very well be like only 10 minutes if a team is like very, very dominant. But yeah.
Can you team up with your friends, or is it?
Yeah, definitely. I have a friends list here. I can just invite them to my team and queue together. So all the stuff you would expect from a proper like PvP online game. So, and the big advantage is that it is completely client-free. That means you just have to have the Unity plugin for the browser, and then you just register on our page and can start playing. Right?
And so this one probably won't go bad, just because
No.
it's completely different.
Exactly. The controls are very hardcore. You control like with mouse and keyboard, and you have several keys. The technical basis was a different one. There was a team of 30 people like working on this game like for 18 months, I guess. And at that time, we weren't aware that mobile would be growing so much. So we like made a different game. If it's successful, we might think about a mobile version, but that would be like an entirely different game, basically.